I just don't understand sometimes, guys. I don't really like to get super political, and I don't really want to get super political on this channel. That's not what this channel is about. But I would be remiss if I didn't comment on just the current environment that we're in right now. It's not fun. I watched the debate that happened this past week, and that was just awful. But both of these guys stood up and they were interrupting each other. I watched it for 30 minutes and shut it off because I was over it. I didn't want to sit there for an hour and 30 minutes and just let these two guys just talk over each other and then call each other names and then call their families out. Why? I mean, I get you want to win. I get that, but win at all cost? Being the President of the United States, in my opinion, is the person who we think is the best individual to, one, serve our country, and then two, also show our country off to the rest of the world. I don't like this idea of a president is literally just the loudest person in the room. And I'm not saying anything against Trump or Biden. I'm just saying that in the future, this is what presidential debates and races are going to be like now. Doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. It's just going to be the loudest person in the room is going to be the person who's going to be the president. Why? Because they want to get their message out there. They want to make sure that their stuff's in people's faces. They want it to be a continuing conversation. And sure, great, I understand. Let's talk about the policies of something. Let's talk about a bill. Let's talk about how we're going to pay for healthcare. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about getting rid of student debt. Let's talk about that. I feel like we keep putting Band-Aids on a broken house that has a kind of a rocky foundation right now. If you keep putting Band-Aids on a house that has a rocky foundation, the house is eventually going to fall apart. I mean, yeah, it may look cool, calm, and collected, may look really nice on the outside, and you might really redo the inside and say like, oh, wow, like this is a nice house. But if you don't fix the fundamental things, then it's not going to get fixed. And this isn't just on a president, by the way. Congress, the judiciary, the executive, the three branches of government are not functioning as they should, in my opinion. The president's turned into the loudest person in the room. The Congress just wants to get reelected every time they're up for reelection, and they're really all about just getting more donors and having a larger donor base so they can sit on a better committee. And the judiciary is now turned into this political battleground between the left and the right, which it never is about that. The judiciary should never be about left and right. The judiciary should just be about the law, and that's it. I believe in America. I think America is one of the greatest countries on earth. We're the oldest democracy on earth. And I think we can fix it. We can. But the thing is, we've created an institution where power wants to hold on to power. And that's nothing new. I mean, when someone gets into a position of power, most likely they want to continue holding on to that power. I mean, they don't want to give that up by any means at all. There are times that I really wish that Congress would just stop kicking the can down the road and actually get something done. Economists are telling us that we need another round of some sort of stimulus into our economy, or else we're just gonna dissipate and we're never gonna get above that arc, right? Democrats come with a plan, Republicans come with a plan, and they don't move. When two brick walls meet, what happens? Nothing. Honestly, I'm to a point now where I just kind of feel like we should just get the leaders of the Senate, of both the majority and minority leaders of the Senate and the Congress, and the House of Representatives, in a room, lock them in a room, take away their phones, and say, you guys cannot come out until you reach a deal. I feel like that's what it's gonna take. But the thing is, America's always had this notion of complete wrong and correction. I mean, we started our country with slavery, and that was a wrong for a really long time, and then we corrected it. I believe in America. I honestly think that we can, as a country, come together and fix our issues. But the thing is, it's not just going to take one individual in order to push everyone to do that. It's going to take a multitude of individuals in order to do that. It's going to take some state leaders. It's going to take federal leaders. It's going to take local leaders. It's going to take grassroots efforts in order for people to actually come together and have a discussion about the topics that they need to have a discussion about. But why? Let's talk about it instead of yelling at each other about it. How do we move forward from here? I don't know. I don't have the answers to that. This is just my thoughts. Thank you for watching The Weekly Thought. Join me next time. We'll talk about something else. Stay happy.